Hey guys, how's it going? I hope you've been well. Today I'm going to be reviewing this little solar generator battery power supply type thing, the Chafon, I'm not sure how it's pronounced. It was something I picked up a while ago, was excited about it, said I'd make a video about it, haven't made a video about it yet, so here it is. Here we go. This thing is orange, so it'll throw off kind of the balance and stuff quite a bit. They do offer it in gray as well, but I like the orange color for something like this that you don't want to leave behind and you want to be able to see quick and find. You know, it doesn't need to be too tactical with a gray or a black or anything like that. Anyway, so this one is the Chafon, again, I don't know, Chafon 346wH, little solar generator, battery pack, whatever you want to call it. And it has a variety of features that kind of make it stand out a little bit from the crowd. One is the shape of it. The shape of it is reminiscent of, you know, one of these ammo type cans, kind of longer and skinnier, smaller than this type of ammo can in height by quite a bit. But, you know, kind of this shape, which I think is a lot better. I think it's easier to carry. It fits in a lot of places better than some of these other ones, which are like square. So this is the Yeti 150 that I've had for a while. I liked it, I bought it. This was kind of my first solar generator type thing. And I liked it, but it's kind of weak. It's really heavy. This is right around 12 pounds. This one is like 7.5 pounds basically. So not a little over half the weight and quite a bit more than twice the power in this versus the Yeti 150. This is a lithium, so it allows it to be lighter and you can actually discharge it more. This is one of those lead acids, so it's heavier and you can't discharge it as much, so you get less usable juice out of the same size and heavier weight. Anyway, so some other things that make it stick out from the crowd a little bit is it's not cheap. This goes on sale quite a bit actually, but it's I think $400 right now on Amazon. There is a smaller version of this, like 200 something watt hour, but it's not as powerful but it is cheaper, so depending on your needs it may suit them. So this puppy is a beast. These plugs right here, 500 watts, 1000 watt peak, pure sine wave as well, so it's really good for electronics. But the 500 watt, that's important because some devices you may want to run, like this one is 80 watt. This one is 500 watt. A lot of the other ones you'll see are around 100 to 150 watt. I think the next biggest is like 300 watt, and this one is 500. So I think it is the most powerful in this kind of size, price, weight segment. So 500 watts is huge. What that means is, even though I like battery-powered tools, and my assortment of battery-powered tool selection is growing, sometimes you want to use something that you don't have the battery-powered equivalent of it yet, like this. So this will pull like 400 some watts, I think, and look at this. Something like this, sorry, I'll let that spin down a little bit. Something like this powered off this little battery device means, you know, this essentially becomes a wireless tool. Not really, because it's wired, but you get it. You can take it somewhere on your property maybe that you wouldn't be able to access normally with an extension cable or whatever. When you do turn it on, I guess you can see it here. It's kind of hard because I have a light shining right on here. Anyway, it's pretty light, easy to see, shows you the output of what percentage of the battery is at. So it's still at 100 right now. So 500 watts is the main reason I picked up this puppy. But there's some other really nice things about it. So a device like this, a lot of times I'll be using to, I don't know, charge something or run multiple devices. So this has 3 and they're nicely spaced so you can actually use them. So we have something, you know, kind of normal plug, and then we have something bigger like this. This is my camera battery charger. And it can fit them both in here. So we can run our device and we can charge our battery. And then we can plug something in on this third one here. So we can plug something in here, we can plug a bigger thing in here, and we can still plug something in over here. So it's 3 pretty usable ports because they're so spread out. So that's another huge bonus of this thing, the raw output, pure sine wave, like I said, and the nice spacing of the ports that actually allow you to plug 3 different devices in. Also on this side here, we see this engine start. This thing also comes with a little jump starter booster thing. So this is another thing that you can keep in your car for an emergency. So it comes with a bunch of stuff. This thing, which is an adapter USB to, it can plug your USB, basically your USB power, into Lightning, USB-C, micro USB, and mini USB, I believe. Hopefully I said all those right. But yeah, so you can charge pretty much any device, USB device, off of this little included adapter, which is a nice little value add. Also comes with some other stuff. I'm getting to it here. What I left off at, the car jumper booster type cables. So you plug this little guy in to this little thing in here, and now you have a nice jump starter thing. This is a nice thing to take camping as well, because maybe you did something where you left your lights on, your interior lights, you forgot to close your door, whatever. This can not only power your devices, but it can also get you out of danger, get you out of a dead car out on the trail or whatever. So that extra feature, super, super nice. And another one that's not completely unique to this device, but most devices don't have this functionality. So that's another nice one. Over here on this end, we also have our solar charge input. And it does actually come with your connector for that, more universal, unlike the Goal Zero ones, which are kind of proprietary plugs. This same plug, you can charge this from your cigarette lighter if you choose to. And then the other nice thing is it uses this standard style plug. This is how you charge the thing via AC. So it doesn't have a big dongle or a power brick. It's just a standard cable like this. So a lot of your TVs, your computers, your monitors will use this standardized cable. So if you use this, you don't have to, spend all this money buying a special proprietary charger. It's just standard, really. So I like that. I like the standardization of these ports. Really, really nice. All right, so let's flip around to the other side here. So here we have 4 USBs. We have DC 12 volts, which it does come with your kind of like generic standard cable for those guys as well. So plugging in whatever into that. You do have little separate switches to turn all of this on. So if you want to just use these, you flip this switch to the on position and it'll turn those on. If you want to just use these, you flip this to the on position, turn those on. You can have them both on at the same time. You can also charge this via the wall or whatever while these are running. So that's kind of a nice feature that not everyone allows you to do. Also has a little flashlight built in here if you need that. So really cool device. Really comes with a lot of stuff, has a lot of functionality. I did quite a bit of research before picking this one up. And if you're in the market for something like this one definitely, if this is gonna have enough power for you, I didn't really get into power as far as watt hours or milliamp hours or anything like that, because that's really gonna be specific to your use case, what device you have plugged into it. It's kind of silly to talk about this will last 4 hours with a TV, because who knows how much power you're pulling from, that kind of stuff. You can figure that out on your own. Anyway, a nice device, a lot of features packed into this little thing, and a pretty good value. Granted, it's relatively expensive, but for what it is and for everything you get, this really can't be beat. Even by some of the more expensive competitors on the market. Like we do have the Goal Zero. They do make one. Goal Zero Yeti 400. And Goal Zeros, they're really nice products, really well put together. They just, they're kind of like the high-end ones of the bunch. But even the 400-watt lithium Yeti doesn't have the features of this guy that is a couple $100 cheaper. And I think a better form factor and, like I said, does more stuff. So anyway, this thing, really sweet little device. If you want to know all the specs, all the detailed specs, go ahead and click the link below. As always, I link to these kind of things. I link to everything I talk about in the video description below. So if you're interested in picking this up or anything else really, click that link and buy it through the link, and it helps support the channel. All right, if you have any questions, I'll try and answer them below. But yeah, I like it. I've done quite a bit of research on them, and for my needs, this one really, really does the trick for me. As always, guys, thanks for liking, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, thanks for hitting that thumbs up button if you found the video helpful or informative at all. I didn't mention it earlier, but This really, these are kind of bigger, kind of heavier, and really it's because they have so much functionality. If all you need is to take a little extra juice and all you're using is USB, something like this will be quite a bit cheaper, quite a bit smaller, quite a bit lighter, quite a bit easier to transport. So this is one of my favorite ones that I've had for a while. I'm Muto, I don't know. I'll link to it below, but this is a pretty juicy pack if your needs are strictly USB. My needs, like I said a lot, are, I'm charging stuff, running devices that require AC. So something like this, I love taking camping with me. Also good for emergencies, also good for, everything that you can think of that you would need juice for. Whereas something like this really is single use. Charge your phone or some batteries or something off of USB. But if that's all your needs, by all means, something like this little device, which I'll link to below as well, really will come in handy versus something bigger like this. All right, that's it. Take care.